You can't stop Colin Kaepernick. In the past couple of weeks, he's refused to stand for the national anthem in protest of racial injustice in this country. He's since then been joined by teammate Eric Reed, Seattle Seahawks Jeremy Lane, and the National Women's Soccer League's Megan Rapinoe.
The message is that we have a lot of issues in this country that we need to deal with. We have a lot of people that are oppressed. We have a lot of people that aren't treated equally. Police brutality is a huge thing that needs to be addressed.
He's not just shedding light on police brutality, he's also speaking out against widespread racism that continues to be alive and well in our society. And the oppression he's talking about doesn't end with pro sports. Pro sports is most definitely still a rich white man's club. Sports teams are owned by incredibly rich folks, some of whom are worth upwards of $22 billion, and nearly all of them are, well, white. That whiteness trickles down to operations. Yes, things have gotten better in the last 50 years. If you watch any NFL or NBA game, it's pretty clear that a majority of players are people of color. But behind the fields and courts, you'll find a major lack of diversity. There's clearly more work that needs to be done when it comes to hiring people of color for president, CEO, general manager, and head coaching positions. So how did we even get here? A lot of it goes back to blatant segregation. In the late 19th to mid 20th century, legal segregation seeped into all aspects of American life, including sports, where men of color were not allowed to play in any of the major sports leagues. I have to mention here that women of color have also had a long history of being marginalized in professional sports. Now, despite segregation, communities of color found ways to compete in sports at historically black colleges and in their own thriving sports leagues and associations. And black sports leagues like the Negro League nurtured pioneering athletes who later broke the color line. The NFL didn't fully integrate until 1962, and the last team to integrate was, wait for it, the Washington Redskins. You can't make this stuff up. It's important to point out that the NBA did fine former LA Clippers owner Donald Sterling $2.5 million and banned him for life from the NBA after racist comments he made about black people were leaked back in 2014. And that the NFL did enforce the ROONEY rule in 2003. This rule requires teams to interview at least one minority when searching for a head coach and senior operations positions. But these examples are exceptions, not the rule. So a racist history in the US that included legally shutting people of color out of professional sports leagues continues to have a major impact today. Jackie Robinson, Muhammad Ali, and the Williams sisters are just a few of a long line of athletes of color who've broken the color line, smashed stereotypes, and inspired generations. But until there are more people of color represented in operations, as head coaches, and as owners, it's fair to say that racism will still exist in pro sports. And this is just one example of the racial inequality that Kaepernick is standing up against. So the question is, what will it take for it to end?